Hey, good morning everyone. Can anyone confirm audible or not? Can you hear me? Yeah. So yesterday I given one requirement, right? Assignment kind of thing. Okay, so many people did it. So let me explain. Okay. First HTML said what I said. Right? What is inline? What is block level, right? What is inline? What is block level? So the answer is like the element which takes the content width as its own width. That type of elements we can say like a inline elements. Just it's take content width only. Okay, tell me some inline elements what you know. Okay, I can say like a span, B, italic, anchor, okay, label, okay, like this. You can say. What is block level element? The element which take not body, the element which take the parent. Okay, some people written like body, okay, not body. The element which takes the parent width as its own width, that type of elements we can say like there, H1 is there, okay, para is there, UL is there, okay, these all are like a block level elements. Okay, H1 to H6, all are like block level elements. Okay, now can we convert one inline to block level? Apply display block property. Can I apply one block level to, can I make one block level element into inline? Yes, by using display inline. By using display inline. Got my point? Okay. The element behavior is completely depending upon the CSS. Okay, done. The CSS question is what? Okay, absolute position. Tell me. If it is like an absolute position, we can apply top, right, left, bottom. Yes or no? We can apply top, right, left, bottom. It remove the space from the DOM or not? Remove the space from DOM. Yes or no? Remove the space from the DOM. The next, am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? Yes, right. Okay. Remove the space from the DOM. Is what? Remove the space from the DOM. The next one is what? Check from your end. Okay, it is audible for remaining people. Okay, the next one is what? The next one, remove the space from the DOM. Okay, the behavior changed, right? Okay, if it is a block level, it is turned to be like what? It's take only the content width or not inline. Okay, so it take, okay, the content width. Content width. Yes, sir. Now the important thing is we can apply top, right, left, bottom, right? It's take which one as a reference. That is the question. It's take which one as a reference. It is always take which one as a reference. It's take the parent as a reference. When it takes the parent as a reference. When if my parent has other than static position or not. If my parent has other than static position or not. If the parent is not having other than static, go to the next parent, go to the next parent, go to the next parent. Finally, it's take HTML body. After body also HTML. It's take, you can say like HTML as a reference or not. Okay, window as a reference, you can say. Got my point? Yes or no? Okay, the next one. Query selector and query selector all I asked. Okay, I have a div is there inside this div. Okay, here there has an anchor. Okay, here there has one more anchor. Here there has one more anchor. One more anchor. Okay, now this is home. Okay, anchor. This is about. Okay, this is like a contact. Contact. Okay, if I write the selector like this, what it means? If I write the selector like this, what it means? If I write the selector like this, what it means? Div is a parent. Okay, in it's taking whose element name is like anchor or not. So how many direct children inside the div? 3 anchors. 3 anchors, you can get it or not. Now this selector, if I give to my document.query selector method, if I give the selector like this, what is my output? If I give the same selector for my query selector all, what is my output? That is the question, right? The query selector, okay, this is my CSS selector. It gives me what? It gives me what? 3 anchors. These 3 anchors, you can get it or not to this selector. Yes or no? In CSS. In CSS, you can get these 3 elements or not. If you give the same CSS selector to my query selector always returns me, okay, the first matching element. Okay, the first matching. See, to this selector, 3 matching elements are there. With this selector, you can get the 3 elements, but it is always returns me the first one. So for this, the answer is what? It is always returns me the first matching element. If it is a query selector all, okay, this selector gives me, okay, how many matching elements? It returns me all the elements. All the elements. That is the reason query selector gives me the first matching element. So the return type is like an element. Here multiple elements you can get it. Okay, so it's like a list kind of thing. Got my point? Got my point? It gives me all matching elements. It gives me the first matching element. That's it. Okay. The next one. In JavaScript, what is the question I asked? In JavaScript. Order function and callback. Callback. Okay. See, I have a function. I have a function f1. Okay, the definition is looks like this. Very simple definition. Okay, the definition is looks like this. Definition is looks like this. Now the f1 of a, you can call a. You can call a. Okay, now say this. f1 of 10. What's my answer? f1 of 10. What's my answer? First of all, talk about the function. Okay, what is my function name? Name of the function. f1. Arguments. 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 One argument. Okay. Type. Type. Based on this particular particular argument uses. Uses. Okay, you can decide like what you are using like this means. You are using like this means it's a function or not. Okay, you can say like a expected type. Expected type is like function. Expected type is like what? Function. Expected type is like a function. Now, if I call the function with the name with one argument 10, okay, then that time expected type is a function f1. Okay, one argument is this one. Expected type is a function, but you passed like what? 10. So expected a function, but 10 is a function. Huh? Is my 10 is a function? No, right? So answer is what? A is not a function. Like this, you can get an answer or not. That means output. It's a mirror message. It's a error message. Yes, sir. Now, if I create one more function f2, if I call my f1 by passing f2, now tell me, I called my f1 with the name, which take one argument. Okay, the argument type f2. F2 type is what? The argument type is what? The argument type is what? Come on. The argument type is what? F2. F2 is a function. So I passed a function, expected also function. So both are like but whatever the function f2 contains the statements, those statements are going to execute. My output at this moment is like f2 or not. So here if you observe, my f1 take one function as an argument. The function which take function as an argument, that function I can say like a higher order function. The function which you pass as an argument to another function, that function I can say like what? Callback function or not. Very, very important in React. Which you pass as an argument, that is a callback. To whom you pass? That is a higher order. That is a higher order. Got my point? Okay, I got like multiple mails. Okay, so many people have responded yesterday. Okay, so that's good. Okay, I may not able to reply. Okay, but okay, just I read it. Okay, if I find any just while reading, if I find something wrong, then that time just I will explain in the class itself. Okay. The next one is like somebody asked the question, for example, okay, concatenation. Concatenation. Okay, it's a simple JavaScript topic. Now itself I can show you. Inspect it. Go to the console. Okay, for example, where a equals to 10, where b equals to 20. A plus b. My answer is what? 30. Okay, everyone knows. If by both are like numbers, my operation is like what? Okay, see, it's a kind of what? Addition. Okay, a plus b is like a 30. For example, any one of this one is like a string. Any one of this one like a string, like this string. Now a plus b is what? What? A plus b is what? A plus b is what? A is like a 10. It's a number. Okay, plus a string somewhere. If I find it, it's a kind of concatenation or not. It's a kind of concatenation. So my answer is what? 10, 20 or not. 10, 20 or not. It's a kind of concatenation operation or not. Got my point? Okay. Now here, okay, for example, my name equals to Sachin. I want, okay, the answer is like my name is Sachin. My name is Sachin. Like this, I want to build a string. So how we can? My name is like a dynamic value. It is like keep on changing. So one static, one dynamic value, I want to concatenate. So how we can means my name is, okay, plus here what? Name. See, my output is what? My name is Sachin or not. This is the hard coded string plus name. Okay, by using plus we can concat, okay, your string with some other values or not. Yes or no? But the same thing you can do it by using advanced like backticks. Okay, you have a tilde symbol right in your keyboard. Tilde symbol. Okay, tilde symbol. Escape below you can find these backticks. Okay, instead of string you can use the backticks. Here you can write like my name is whatever the value, dynamic value is there. The dynamic value you can keep with dollar with an expression. This is the dynamic value. Here you can put like a name. Now this is the one. Say this. Okay, you have to use like a backticks, not like a string. Not like a string. You have to use backticks. Okay, my name is, okay, dollar with your expression. Okay, here you can put like your variable. See, this is also gives me the same output, and this one also gives me the same output or not. But now onwards, I want to use this one, recommended to use. Got my point? Okay, there is two variables are there. Okay, there is two variables are there. My name is like Dhoni. Okay, the next one is like location is like Mumbai. Mumbai. Okay, here, okay, use backticks. Use backticks. Okay, my name is what is the name? Dynamic value. Dhoni. Okay, I'm from where? I'm from. My location is this. Okay, location is not there. Yellow, right? Okay, yellow. Done. Are you able to see the output? Are you able to see the output? Yes or no? All are agreed with me? Okay. Okay, then perfect. Like this, you can use the backticks. The next one. Where a? What is my a value? What is my a value? What is my a value? Default value is like undefined. Okay, where b equals to true. What is my b value? Boolean true. So if I put like a plus b, my answer is what? If I put like a plus b, my answer is what? Okay, just wait. Let me refresh the page. Where n1, this is the one. Where n2 is like 10. Okay, n1 plus n2. n1 plus n2. See the answer. n1 plus n2. Answer is what? n1 plus n2. n1 is like undefined. Okay, this is like a 10 now. So n1 plus n2, undefined plus number, it gives me what? Not a number. Nan means not a number. Not a number. For example, my n2 is like this. n1 plus n2. It is like a string. String plus, if you have, okay, if you find somewhere, it is like a what? Concatenation or not. It's a concatenation operation or not. Got my point? Okay. Now, my var n2 equals to Boolean value true. So n1 plus n2. n1 plus n2. Undefined plus n2. Okay. Undefined plus n2 is nothing but number. Okay. Here n2 is like a number only. Why? Because true treated like 1. So undefined plus 1. It's a not a number or not. n2 plus n2. Now see this. n2 is like what? True. True is nothing but 1. 1 plus 1 is nothing but true. 2. Okay. Where n2 equals to null. Null. Okay. Now n2 plus n2. n2 plus n2. See this. The null value is like what? 0. n. Okay. So n1 plus n2. Okay. It's not a number or not. It is not a number or not. Like that, just you can see this. Go to console. Okay. Undefined and null, some number, some string. That's it. Okay. Just okay. Take the value undefined. Take the value null. Okay. Take the value Boolean. Okay. The true or value string. Okay. You can do the okay addition plus. You can use the plus operator. Okay. See the output. What you can get it. All agree with me? Okay. Okay then. In React, I given one assignment like, okay, just write like your name 5 times. Okay, we'll discuss that one. Let's start our yesterday's discussion. Okay, then. Okay, come back to React now. So, inside the browser by using React, minimum how many libraries are required? 3 libraries are required. What are those? React, React DOM, and Babel. And Babel at this moment. Okay, first, why we go for React? This library used for what? To recognize a component. To recognize a component or not. Okay, to recognize a component. Why we go for Babel? In your component, I written some code to prepare the content. That code terminology wise, I can say like a JSX. That JSX code will get compiled or not. Will get compiled or not. Okay, for that, we are going to use Babel. Once I have a compiled content, that content has to render inside the container or not. Container is nothing but simply you can say like, oh, okay, one div, that's it. Don't think more. I have a content which is given by the component. Okay, I have the container. This is the div. This content I have to place inside the container. This content I have to place inside the container. And inside the container, how we can place this content inside the container? By using React or not. By using React DOM library, okay, we can get the reference of your container and render the content. Where is my content? Inside the component. Inside the container or not. Okay, how it's possible? By using React DOM library. All are agreed? Okay, when you can say this is like a component. When you can say this is like a component. When you can say this is like a component based on the usage. If I use like this, You want me to say it's like a component? No. If I use like this, you want me to say this is like a component? No. And then you can say if it is like in the element format with the capital letter, then I can say like what? That is a component or not. Okay. If it is like a element format with capital letter, then that time what we can say? We can say like a component or not. Is my browser knows about this syntax? Line number 18. Yes. My browser knows. Browser knows, but I don't want. Is my browser knows about this one? Use like a class? Don't want. Is my browser knows by default about the hello element? My browser knows only the HTML elements, div, span. My browser knows about the user defined element like this hello? No. So my browser don't know by default about this hello. Some other person is required to tell, okay, to recognize who is that guy. My React is going to tell, okay, to recognize this one like a component or not. Wherever you written the component and there, then only that is like recognized like a component. Okay, all are agreed. JSX stands for what? JSX stands for what? JavaScript and XML. JSX stands for JavaScript and XML. It is the combination of how many things? It is the combination of how many things? It is the combination of HTML, okay, XML, okay, JS. It is the combination of three things. It is the combination of three things: HTML, XML, and JavaScript. Got my point? Okay. Okay then. Now, in the program, if you observe, see, I'm able to get the output or not. Okay, now one by one, I needed some errors now. Okay, you only answer it. Yeah, now it's like a small hitch. Will it get the output or not get? If it's not get, what is my output? Okay, can I refresh the page? Okay, if I refresh the page, it's like a blank page. Now you want me to refresh again multiple times. You want me to do like this. You want me to sit idle. You want me to sit idle. If you see like this, what is our next step? What you want me to do? I need to check which kind of error you get it. You have to check it or not. Where I can see all the errors in my developer console window. So open the developer console window. Don't sit idle. Okay, there has, see this? There is a red symbol. Okay, open console to view one error, one warning. Can I click on this? Okay, you directly told like open console. So you can open the console. Now see this? The error is what? Hello is not defined. Capital H, small h. Capital H, small h. Capital H. Okay, so how the execution is starting? See this. You created one function. Will it execute by default? Whenever you created a function, will it execute by default? No, right? No, right? It is just written, okay, some piece of code without syntactical errors. That's it. That's it. Whenever the execution is going to start, then only, right? Then only, right? This body and everything is going to execute. First, my in the scripts folder, okay, script section, this function get loaded. Syntactically, it's 100% valid, right? Function keyword is there, function name is there, representation body, syntactically 100% correct. So there is no problem at the time of loading. After that, it comes to here, container reference. Yes, container reference, it's taken. My container dot render here is what? Element with capital letter. Then that time my React come into the picture. Hey browser, don't okay, throw any error, any element with capital letter, treat that one like a component, just looking for that component like that. So now my browser understand like this one is like a component, it's not throw any error. Immediately it is looking for what? Okay, with the help of these libraries, it is looking for what? This hello component or not. Is there any hello component whose name is like capital H? There are not there. Loaded or not loaded? capital H, is there any hollow component? Component is nothing but functional or class, okay, whatever it is, any function at least, okay, the name is like starts with a H, H-E-L-L-O, H is a capital, that kind of component there or not there? Not there. That the reason, okay, it throws an error. What is that error? Hollow is not defined or not. Got my point? Yes or no? Okay, that is one error. That is one error. Okay, now you can change it. Vice versa. Just okay here. Now, what is the output? What is the output? Hmm? What is the output? Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, we can see this. My execution is going to start from here. First, React loaded, Babel loaded, React DOM loaded, container loaded, styles, scripts, come to 14th line. In my 14th line, syntactically, any issues are there? Execution not start. Syntactically, any errors are there? No errors. No errors. So it comes to the next line. Okay. It takes the container reference. It takes the container reference and comes to line number 24. Line number 24, container dot render. Okay. Element with capital letter or small letter? Tell me. Element with capital letter or small letter? Small letter. If element with capital letter, then that time my React recognize that one like a component and tell it to the browser. Now my React recognize this one like a component or not recognize? Tell me first. My React recognized this one like a component or not recognized? Come on. My React not recognized this one like a component. If it is not recognized like a component, it is not suggest to my browser. Okay, my React library sit idle now. Okay, it is not a component, so that what I need to tell to my browser. So it is not tell anything to the browser. Okay, now if it is not tell anything to the browser, now who is going to take care? Who is going to take care? Come on, who is going to take care? Browser will take care. Okay, it is go to the browser directly. Okay, but React not tell. Okay, either this is like a component or not component. Why? It is not, it is an element format, but it is not starts with capital letter. Okay, if it start with capital letter, my React tell to the browser, hey, recognize this one like a component. We have some work, don't throw any error. But now my React not tell anything to my browser. Okay, so it is go to my browser. Whenever it is go to my browser can understand only three things. Three things. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Now my browser check. It is an element whose name is like hello. Is there any element is there? Okay. Is there any element is there whose name is like hello? It is going to check in their dictionary. All HTML element is going to find it. Is there any hello element is there or not there? Hello element is there in my HTML. Hello element is there in my HTML. No, right? No, right? Okay, if it is not there, is my browser in my HTML, is it throw any error? It is not throwing any error. It gives me one kind of warning. Now, see this warning message it gives. Read this one. You only can understand. The tag hello is unrecognized in this browser. Yes or no? Hello recognized? Unrecognized? Is my hello is like HTML element to recognize? No, right? Unrecognized element in the browser. Okay, now see this. It gives suggestion. If you mean to render as a React component, start its name with the uppercase letter. Like this, he gives some suggestion also or not. Yes or no? Agreed with me? Okay, browser is telling. Okay, like a warning. I am not able to recognize this one, this hello. Okay, I have only set off elements given by HTML people, W3C people. Okay, in that list, hello is not there. So I am not able to recognize that one. Okay, I think this one you want to use like a React. Some of the libraries are loaded. Okay, if you want to use this one like a React component, start that one with a uppercase like this. It gives me some such. Got my point? Agreed? Come on. Okay then. Now come back. This is my hello. Now you can get the proper output. Now comment this one. Comment this one. What's my output? Comment this one. What's my output? Comment this one. What's my output? Come on. What is my output? Okay. Now see, this a blank page or not? It is a blank page. In my React 18, it is not throwing an error, but below React 18, it is throws some errors. Okay. Why? Because why you go for component? To prepare the content. If the content is not prepared, then what is the use of that component? Yes, sir. Component. You should have to return something or not. If it is not written, if I use it, there is no use, right? There is no use, right? Content is not there, then why I need to go with the components? So that if you created a component in your code that should return some value or not, then only okay, then only you can use it. Okay, if you use also, if no content, nothing, there is okay, blank page is visible. Got my point? Recommended thing is if you created a component by using a functional or a class, whatever it is, it should return some content or not. Then only you can write it. No content component. All are okay? All are okay? Okay then. Now I removed this text babel. Tell me. Text babel. Now it is compiled with what now? JavaScript. Is my JavaScript knows about the JSX elements? Okay, HTML or XML or CSS in my JavaScript, is it knows by default like a HTML, is it recognized? By default, my JavaScript don't know about the HTML elements. It's like strings only it's going to take. That the reason. See this? It is compiled like a with JavaScript. It is not recognized this H1 or not. You can put like enclosed with string. That is not an issue. Enclosed with string. That is not an issue. 1 second. Oh, see this. It is not recognized, right? Okay. This H1 is not recognized. That the reason it gives me like what? Okay, less than token symbol like this. Say this. Okay, less than greater than like this. Okay, it gives me an error or not? It gives me an error or not? Okay, it is not recognized. So I want to recognize this one. Okay, I want to compile it. Then that time, it should not be by default. My type equals to text JavaScript. JavaScript, it should be what? It should be what? Babel or not. Got my point? Whenever you see this output like this, whenever you see the output like this unexpected token, that means, okay, you missed that Babel configuration. Okay, that is not compiled with Babel. That is compiled with what? Compiled with what? JavaScript. Okay. Okay then. Now I missed. I missed what? Closing tag. Closing tag. In HTML it works, but in my JSX will it work? In my JS not work. It is going to compile means syntactical rules and everything. It is going to check. Now if you come here, now say this. It gives me an error. What is that error? Read this. Okay, syntactical error, unterminated JSX contents or not. It is not terminated properly. Unterminated JSX contents or not. Okay, make sure whenever you open the element, it should be closed. Proper hierarchy should maintain. It is not HTML, it is a JSX. Got my point? Okay. Okay then. Now, the container reference is what? Document.getElement by ID of root. There are not there. Document.getElement by ID of root. There or not there? Not there. If the element is not there, whose ID is like root, not there. Root 1 is there. If the element is not there, what is my default value? What is my value? Not a default. What is my value? Null. Null. Okay. Now, if I refresh the page, you can see the output is like this. Okay. Can you read it? Can you read it? See, the targeted container is not an element to keep my data or not. See, the targeted container is not a DOM element. Okay, my container is what now? This is my container. Okay, now is it like a element, DOM element, div or null? Is it like a DOM element or null? It is a null or not. That the reason, read this message. My document, see, my target container is not a DOM element. It is null now. It is not a DOM element. Got my point? Got my point? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now, if I keep my Babel, okay, order, if I do like this, Babel first, will it work or not work? Will it work or not work? No problem, it is working. Okay. If I put like React DOM before React, now can I refresh the page? Can I refresh the page? See that? See that? It gives me some error, right? That means React DOM is using something from React library. That's the reason first load the React library and then you can load the React DOM library. Now onwards, okay, we are doing that one only, but order also matters here. Yes or no? First load React and then React DOM. Why? Because React DOM is depending upon React library. All are agreed? Yes or no? Hmm? Okay. Okay then. Now can we go with the another yesterday's requirement? Our yesterday's requirement is what? I want my Naresh IT name is like 5 times. Hello Naresh. Okay. So name, okay, 5. Okay. So let's start. First, okay, how to write the program? Okay, don't write like, don't copy paste, write it. First, I want to show some content to the end user so that should be placed inside the body. So I needed one element. Okay, this is the element placed inside the body. Our target is our content you have to keep inside this div or not. Yes, sir? Can I say this is like a container? Yes or no? First, container is required. If the container is not there, if you have something also where I can keep. Yes, sir. So this container placed where now? Inside the body. If I place something inside the container, that is indirectly inside the body, so that is visible to the end user or not. Yes, sir? Okay then. So container is there. Can I prepare the content? How we can prepare the content in React? How we can prepare the content in React? By using components. So can we create the component? Can we create the component? Most of the times I want to use, okay, like a app is the root component. One component is there. I prefer like app. This is which kind of component? Which kind of component? It's a functional component. Okay, if you written the component, okay, if they're not written anything, what is the use of this component? You should have to return some value or not. What is my return value? Hello, Naresh. This is my return value or not. So this is my component. By default is my browser recognized this one like a component. If I give this code to my browser, it can understand like a function. Okay, based on the uses. Okay, it may understand like a class based on the usage, but it is not by default understand by browser as a component or not. Who can recognize this one like a component? Come on, who can help to recognize this one like a component? On which library? React library can help. So Now my app is recognized like a component by React development.js. Perfect. Okay. My component contains some content, right? Okay, some code you written to prepare the content. This particular code, what you can say? This particular code, what we can say? We can say like what? JSX. What we can say? We can say like what? JSX. JSX code should compile or not? Okay, who can compile it? Who can compile it? Who can compile it? Babel. So I needed the Babel. So can I write like, how we can? My type should not be what? JavaScript. Type should be a Babel. Type should be a Babel. Got my point. Okay, then I have a compiled content. This compiled content I want to keep inside the container, right? So how we can? Okay, how we can? By using which library? React DOM library. So can we get the React DOM library? Script source equals to React DOM is the library. Okay, React DOM is the library. Now, can you go here? See, this is also React DOM. If I put like a DOM, will it work? Okay, most of the times we are going to do, okay, we face this issue. Okay, now if you come here, okay, if I refresh the page, now see this React DOM is not defined. DOM only, React DOM only, but in JavaScript, okay, it's like completely, okay, naming convention wise, number equals to 10. Number equals to 10, okay. Number equals to 10, working up, not working up. It's a case sensitive or not. JavaScript is like a case sensitive or not. Okay, that the reason. See, React DOM you use it like this, but they given like what? See, React DOM. See the helper. See this. Okay, they created one variable like what? React capital DOM. Okay, I created a variable small number, so you can get it. They created with React R capital DOM is like a capital letters. But you use it like what? Okay, you use it like what? React DOM. It's okay, fine. M is like a small. Then the time it gives me an error or not. Make sure it is like a case sensitive. Okay, exactly the same variable names you have to use it or not. Yes or no? Exactly the same variables names. Okay, you have to use it. Got my point? Okay, that the reason. Don't type it. Go to the browser. Just write like this React DOM. Yes, there. Okay, React DOM dot. What is the method? Create root. Yes. Okay, now copy this one. Copy this one. Go to your code. Go to your code. Just write. Write it. It's take your container. Again, container also don't write it. Come here. Document helper. See this document dot. Get element by ID. Get element by ID. Okay, what is that ID? What is that ID? Root. Yes. Now can I copy this one? Everything you can write inside the console and copy paste it. Yes. It returns me what? Where my container or not. Okay. This where we are going to replace with the let and constant. This function I replaced with ES6 arrow functions in future. Okay. Tomorrow I will tell. Okay. Now I have a container. Inside the container, I want to render what? I want to render what? My app component. It is a element format with a capital letter. Yes. Now, can we run this? Can we run this? Yes. Hello, Naresh IT. Is it our requirement? Is it our requirement? Our requirement is what? Hello, Naresh IT. I want like 5 times or not? Yes. Okay, 3 times, for example. Hello, Naresh IT. 1, okay, 2, and 3 times. 3 times. Okay. Can I come here? Can I refresh my page? Now see this. It gives me an error or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? It gives me an error, right? Okay, now you can find the error. What is that error? Read it and fix it. Read it and fix it. Okay. come here, come here, come here. Say this. Yeah. See the syntax error. What is that? It's a Babel script error. Okay. It's a syntax error, first of all. See, read it. Adjacent is nothing but side by side. The side by side JSX elements must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. In an enclosing tag. What it means, For example, in your JSX, okay, in the last example, you have only one H1 element is there. But in this case, how many elements are there? 3 elements are there. In future, 300, 3000, whatever it is. Okay, multiple elements, you can write it or not. Possibility is there. Adjacent JSX elements, side by side JSX elements, if you have in your JSX code, that should be enclosed or wrapped with a single element. Okay, you have to keep inside the single element. Sometimes, okay, most of the times we are going to use like a div, okay, or React fragment or empty. For now, you can fix with the div. For now, you can fix with the div. If you have a adjacent JSX element H1, okay, side one more H1 is there, side one more H1 is there. If you have a adjacent JSX element, side by side JSX elements are there, those are wrapped with a single enclosing element. Okay, you should have wrapped with a single element. So I placed like all my adjacent elements inside the div. Okay, now syntactically it is 100% valid. Now you can see the output or not. Output or not? Yes or no? but is it the recommended way of writing the code? is it the recommended way of writing the code? Obviously no. Okay, why means very simple. Today I have the Naresh IT. Tomorrow they asked me like, I don't want the shortcut of NIT, Naresh IT full name I required. Then that time, how many places you need to do the change? How many places you need to do the change? Naresh IT, Naresh IT, Naresh IT, and Naresh IT. Like this, so many places you need to do the change or not. For now, 1, or for now, 3. It may be, I don't know. Got my point? See, in this case, if you observe, okay, you written like a duplicate code or not? Yes or no? You written, it's a kind of duplicate code or not? If it is a duplicate code, if you do the changes, it's like each and every place you need to do the change or not? Yes or no? Agreed? Okay, any programming language you can take it. Writing the duplicate code is not a recommended one, right? Yes or no? It is not a recommended one, right? Then how we can avoid this problem is very simple. Okay, which content you want to use multiple times? Find that content first. Which content you want to use multiple times? Tell me. Find it. Which content you want to use multiple times? This is my content or not? Okay, so this is my content. My question is, how you can prepare the content in React? That answer, how we can prepare some content by using React, by using components. Okay, so can you do one thing? Can you prepare the content with this? Okay, can you prepare a component with this content? So how we can prepare the component? Function, okay, function name is my component. Okay, can we return, okay, this content? Any problem to you? This is same syntax, right? Yes or no? I created one more component, that's it, more than that, nothing, with my duplicate content, which I want to use multiple places. Yes or no? Come on. Yes or no? Now, this is the content I already prepared by using component, so that instead of using this H1 hello Naresh IT, can I load my component here? Any problem? Any problem? Okay, again, this is my content. This is my content. I already prepared by using one of my component name. Can I use that one? Okay, the same way, can I use multiple times? Now, if you come here, can I refresh the page? Working or not working? Now, my question is, how many places you written the code? The content related code, how many places you written? Come on, how many times you written? How many times you written? The content related code, how many times you written? Only one time you return or not? Only one time you return or not? Yes or no? Only one time you return or not? Okay. Today Naresh IT, tomorrow, okay, NIT only I want. How many places the change is required? How many places the change is required? Only one place is enough or not? Only one place is enough or not? Got my point? Again, you can ask a question. Hey, line number 4 also, it's a kind of duplicate code only, right? Name like that. Yes, you are right. You are right. Okay, for that, in your okay, JavaScript, there has one method is there. There has one method is there. Map is the method. At this moment, you made, okay, you don't know about that method. Okay, now you can write like this. I will explain. I will explain. Now see this. Working. Working or not? Okay, 5 times you want. Okay, just you can put like an array. Okay, just you can put like an array. Okay, that array how it is getting, we'll see later. Okay, this syntax at this moment you don't know, don't worry, I will explain at the time of lists and keys concept. Got my point? Yes or no? Okay, now you can answer why we will go for component. What is the use of component? Okay, for loop not work. For loop not work. Why? Because for loop not written anything back to you. For loop not written anything back to you. My map method returns your group of name components so that I can render it. Okay, tell me why we go for component. When you can go with the component, my component which contains some piece of code which can be reusable or not. It can be reusable or not. Yes or no? The component which contains some content. Okay, that can be reusable or not. Okay, now onwards, if you want to write some piece of code, just create a component. In future, you may use that particular component in another place. That would help or not. So that, okay, in your requirement, just make it like pieces. Okay, this particular template, create one component. Okay, this one, create one more component. Like this, you can create multiple components. It's not a matter how many components you are going to write in your application. I need a clean separation. Got my point? Okay, here no callbacks, nothing. No callbacks, nothing. All are okay? Yes or no? Okay, now the next requirement. Come on. I need 4 boxes. I need 4 boxes. Okay, let's start. First, container. Okay, next. Come on. Container place what? Container place what? Content. How we can prepare the content? By using component. Perfect. Return some content. Yes. Who can recognize this one like a component? Come on. Who can recognize this one like a component? React. My component has some JSX. Who can compile it? Who can compile it? Who can compile it? Babel. Okay. Now I have a content. I have a container. Can we load it? Okay. React DOM dot. Create root. Do you want me to write like this here directly? Directly want me to write like this? It is not a recommended one. Don't write here. Write in the console and copy paste it. Okay, now it gives me what? Your container. Once you have the container, the next one is what? Once you have the container, next one is what? Container dot render. What do you want me to render? My app component. Done. Whatever it has, that is like visible or not. Yes, sir. Okay, it gives me an error. Don't worry. Inspect it. Go to console. What is that error? Unexpected token means what? What is missing? What is missing? You're not assigned to Babel. My JavaScript compiling, that the reason it is not able to recognize your JSX or not. Okay, React DOM is not defined. Say this, fix the issues. React DOM is not defined. Script source equals to React DOM development.js or not. Okay, next refresh the page. Like that. Getting the errors is important. Getting the errors are important. Get the error, fix it. Get the error, fix it. Read that error properly. Okay. Now, this is my box. Okay, you want BOX texta? It's like a box. You want. I want a box. So, I don't want this text. Remove it. For this particular div, okay, I want to give some border. It should looks like a box. Border. 1 pixel solid. Give some height 100 pixel. Can I give some width 100 pixel? But here my div is, see, it's a block level. That's the reason there has some unused space also there or not there. Red shade. You want that unused space? Okay, in this case, don't say like a margin. Okay, you want to use like unused space? No. Okay, so can I use like display inline? Inline means it takes the content width. Block is nothing but it takes the parent width. If you want to take your width, what is that? Inline block or not? Exactly. Now it's like a box or not? Exactly. It's take like 100 pixel width and height or not? 102 means border left to border right. 1 pixel 100. That the reason 102 is visible. So this is the one. This is the CSS. So inside this HTML, if you want to write the CSS, okay, you can write. How many boxes you want me to use? How many boxes in future? 4. 4 boxes you have to use the same CSS. Then that time which selector is the recommended one? Which selector is the recommended one? Same CSS if you want to use multiple elements. Which selector? ID or class? ID or class? Tag name, multiple tag names you may find it. ID, yeah. Same CSS if you want to put class, right? Can I use like class? So no. So this is what my class name equals to. Okay, class equals to box. Can I remove this one? Can I remove this one? Can I refresh the page? Can I refresh the page? Okay, now you can see one box or not. Can I go to the console? See, a warning is there. Invalid DOM property class. Did you mean class name? Okay, that means it's a JSX1. In the JSX, class attribute is not a valid. Still it's working, but it is not a valid one. To avoid that error, now onwards, in the JSX, wherever you want to use the class, just use class name now onwards. Got my point? Okay. Now this box I want to use like 4 times. Already I given like one box. Use 4 times by creating a new component, reusable component you can create. Now onwards, can you continue? Can you continue? Got my point? I created one box. Okay, but my requirement is what? But my requirement is what? 4 boxes are required. I required like 4 boxes. Okay. Can you create one reusable component? Can you do it? Can you do it? Okay, let me upload. So far you are downloading from which tab? So far you are downloading our content and everything from which tab? From which tab? Today class, okay. Which tab? Which tab I'm asking? That means okay, React, okay, React, okay, in the uijavakit.com, okay, you are downloading, right? Okay, I'm asking about this uijavakit.com. uijavakit.com. You are okay downloading from this React, right? React, right? React, right? Okay, today onwards, don't download from React. Download from JavaScript. Download from JavaScript tab. Today onwards, don't download from React. Okay, download from which tab? JavaScript tab. Okay, so okay.com downloads JS JavaScript tab. So in my JavaScript tab, let me upload it. Okay. Don't download from React tab, download from JavaScript tab. Okay, go to this JavaScript. Now come down, you can find it. So this today class is there, right? In JavaScript tab. Okay, you can find it. Okay, why? Because I want to use that React for another batch. Okay, here also JavaScript, you can find it. Click on the JavaScript and you can get it from here. Today class. Okay, I already uploaded, download it. Your assignment you understood, right? That one. Okay, today's assignment is like write 10 errors, JavaScript plus React, both. Write an error. Okay, write a code. What is the error? What is the fix? Like that I needed. Now see this. In this format I want. This is the assignment. Where a. Okay. Here console.log of where a equals to 10. Console.log of b. What is the error? What is the error? B is not defined. Okay, what is the fix? What is the fix? You should have to define B or not. Have to define B. So my console.log of what? B. Like this. Okay, I need an error. I need a fix for that error. Like this 10 errors I want in both JavaScript and React. Okay, 10 error messages and their fixes. Can you do that? Can you do that? Simple program you can take it. Don't think more. Okay, but small code only. Okay, simple code snippet only you can write it. Get more things. Okay, don't make it like complicate. Don't put like okay 10 lines, 20 lines like that. Write 5 lines of code. Okay, just check it. Okay, write the error messages. Okay, 10 error messages. Why the error and what is the fix for that? Okay, then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.